we are. But just to say thank you very much for also the organised tour. Very informative, great seeing around and seeing so many and such a variety of activities as well. So thanks for the welcome. Just go across the panel as such, and appreciate the time that you've given out your evening to engage with us from Council around proposed changes, changes in budget and decision making, and involving yourselves in that decision making. So crucially, this is for you, for the young people, and we want to hear from you. So let me introduce myself. My name's John Owen. I'm Interim Director of Children's Services, and I'll work across this way.
I'm Councillor Anne Waters. I'm the lead member for Children and Families in Haringey. Political responsibility.
And I'm Jill Gibson. I met some of you last night actually. I'm in Dr. John, and I'm the Assistant Director for Quality Assurance and Health and Promotion.
Alright, I'm Councillor Kirsten Hearn, and I'm the Chair of Children and Young People's Scrutiny Panel, and it's my job to say to Anne, why? And various other things like that. And I'm here to hear from you so I can more suitably say why to Anne.
No more elements for the good.
And Kevin Fleming, I'm with the Interim Health Service.
And I'm Marshall Heane. I'm just an ordinary guy. I'm a community activist and an environmentalist. And I believe in you. And I believe in everybody given a chance. And the jobs and everything else. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm lazy fan.
Okay, let me set the scene, and then the idea is to get some dialogue going here as well. So in terms of some of the background, the council have got a challenging agenda for the next 3 years, which is to save £70 million, which is quite some amount. This is on the backdrop over the last 3 years, where we already had to save £117 million. We're not the only council this year. There's nothing special about it. It's just Haringey. If you go to school in north or south part of Enfield, go south towards Hackney, exactly the same pressures and challenges are there for them as well. I head up Children's Services, which obviously includes social care, elements of health, the youth service, young offending service, education, schools, learning, and associated services with that. And clearly, we, as well as other directors across the council, have been challenged by chief executive about how one might save the 70 million across the 3 years. It's no easy thing to do. In children's, we have to save up to 18 million. So that's out of a budget of children's services of about 70 million. What we've got at the moment is there are 3 parts, I believe, the way I describe it, to a consultation around some of the proposals that are being put forward, how you might save such amounts of money. So what assistant directors and directors have been asked to do is to think about how you might save that amount of money across the services. These proposals, because they haven't been decisions, this is why this is an engagement piece. Consultation comes in 3 parts. This is an engagement, following another part consultation that follows the 18th of January, and another part consultation leading in and across to the 17th of March. When decisions are made by Cabinet and the Council in the middle of March, that is when again decisions will have to be made by members, and then consultation on those firm actions takes place. This is really at the outset, and what I've had to come up with, where might you save money? It's not about cutting a little bit here and a little bit there. Major decisions have to be made. But at the same time, part and parcel of this is, and Councillor Waters was so busy with most of these events, there's been about 16 events over 2 weeks, really engaging with different people, stakeholders, I hate that word as well, stakeholders, so apologies for that. But the idea is to say, look, one of the proposals would be changes and savings that are attached to young people's service, which has a multitude of functions, but we have to challenge ourselves, and the challenge that I've been given is, how are you going to do things differently? What are you going to keep? What are you going to amend? How might you deliver it in a different way? I don't sit here to say I've got it right, as do assistant directors, about saying this is absolutely what needs to happen in concrete. What we've had to be, we challenge about saying these are the proposals, these are some of the ways that we believe the money can be saved, and then we have to consult. We have to find those ideas from other people. Maybe you may come here and say, have you thought about X and Y? Because we don't believe you considered that. And that would be exactly the engagement that we want from you. This is an impressive centre as well. So you know, it's clear that this needs to be nurtured, safeguarded. And can I make it really clear from the outset? We as the council aren't here to close down Bruce Grove. There's a real strange misconception going on that I've come across around actually going to close youth centres. That's not what we're doing. That's not what has been proposed. So I'm going to stop.
So what exactly are you doing?
So in terms of the plans, we have to think about the youth budget, which gives us about 2.1, 2.2 million.
I'm going to ask you that. What are you not doing to the youth club?
Absolutely nothing.
Could I answer?
Yeah. No, we're not here about closing it down.
So would that mean that the youth club will be closed to certain days?
No. So I think you're right asking the question. Yes, let's finish on that.
Yeah, I'll finish there.
So I think the question was, are you going to close at certain days? And interesting enough, I looked at the timetable downstairs. We're running across from Monday through to Friday, and what the provision is there. And it's interesting just seeing the different people that do use it. So no, we wouldn't be looking at how we might close it down on a Monday or a Tuesday. Actually, you might say, could we open up more often on what about the weekend?
So you're hoping to get open more.
Yes.
So that's good news.
But the idea is that you've got a great facility here. So should we take it? If you want to ask a question, put your hand up, and I'll try and.
Why do you save money while opening up the youth club on more days? That don't make sense.
What you've got is a youth club, and whatever the budget might be, it could be that you say, okay, that's the running costs. These are the different people who use it. It's not just Haringey Council who use it. So across the week, other people use it. How do they then fund the running costs as well? So it could be thinking about it in a different way about the delivery. And if someone wants to say we're going to open it on a Sunday or a Saturday, yeah, there again, they would then potentially be responsible for delivering it on that day. So yes, it's delivery in a different way. Going to go this way across, yeah.
Is it going to be run? Is it going to be run how we're used to it? Because I've heard that from my friends that it's going to be run by Tottenham, Spurs, and they're going to use it as a sports centre. And we want it to be how it is now, because we're comfortable with that.
We haven't spoken to Spurs about.
We aren't going to hand it over to Spurs to run it as a youth centre. We do want it. It may be a slightly different organisation. We do want to focus on certain things, and you were there yesterday when I think Jill said we want to make sure you have all the opportunities you can so that we can help you find jobs in the future. We want to make sure you're fit and healthy, but we aren't going to hand it over to Spurs to run it.
But I don't think we're going to be comfortable with the way it's going to be run after you've took the funds. I think we're already comfortable and we feel safe how it is now.
Yeah.
And we're not proposing it's going to change like that.
Yeah, but if you take the funds, then how is it going to be
We're
work?
not going to
Because we
take
won't
the
be able
funds.
to do the activities.
We're not going to take the funds.
So what exactly are you
So
trying
what
to
are
do
you
then?
here for?
So what we're here for is because we've got to
Tell
deliver.
you that we're not going to
Yeah,
close it
absolutely.
down.
That's one of the
If
key
you're not taking the
messages.
funds, then why are you here?
We're here to engage with you to find out what you. So if you've got £2 million, which isn't going to be the case, it's going to be a lot less than that. We want to know from you, the young people, how one might spend a much smaller amount of money.
Fam, we didn't ask you, but keep it the way it is.
And you've already decreased our funds by around 70%, I think, a few years ago. So you're going to decrease our funds even more.
We're decreasing funds for all the services.
No, but you've
council
already
offers.
decreased our funds. So we don't even have as much as we did before.
So I'm just going to say that it was already decreased by 75% in previous times. You're now thinking of reducing it by 27%.
And was it very different
So
after
how can
those
you run a youth club
funds?
with 3% funds?
Draws,
How can you
draws.
run a youth club with like 3 to 5% funds? How is it going to work? So you're basically, the funding that you're considering using, you're practically leaving us with no youth club left.
No option but to
have to cut into the service that's being
You
provided
know,
already.
yeah. You see, if this youth club closes down, yeah. Do you care about other people outside?
Absolutely.
You see, if you lot close this down,
We're
yeah.
not closing.
You know, crime rate is gonna rise, right?
We're just Can I just say?
Let him make his point.
And you do know, yeah, that the crime rate is going to rise because this is basically what keeps us here and off the roads, and we don't cause no trouble because there's a lot of us here that are potential murderers. If you know that, like, we can cause havoc outside. It's not even a joke. Like, we can cause havoc. It's not a joke. We can be bank robbers if we want to. Like, we can actually cause havoc outside. Like,
Suggest something, Malik. Can you select people to speak?
because we can actually cause havoc outside, yeah, but the youth club stops us. I think, you know, I want to be able to
And I
go to
think
the
we,
youth
and I
club
think
and
we,
that, and
we
we want to come
recognise
in
that
and show.
completely.
And
So the commitment is that we're saying we're not here to say we're closing it down. We're prioritising to make sure the facilities like this do remain open.
I understand you saying you're not going to close the youth club and you're going to pass it on to Spurs.
No, we haven't said that.
Well, that you're considering it.
No.
So what
right.
up till now, I still don't understand. Okay, outside providers, they're going to be honest, do they know how to run a youth club?
But I think one of the things we'll need to do moving forward is look at what are the options about how we provide the best support for young people. At Bruce Grove, at other centres, we have a youth club in Muswell Hill, Triangle, we were at the day before.
The best way to run a youth club for it to be run by youths already and people that's already been through. You're going to get people that don't even know anything about youth to run a youth club. How are they going to control it like how it's been controlled already? I don't understand.
But I think one of the things you can look at is what is the role for young people in deciding. So, for example,